Flexa Network AMP and AMP token. Pay with Flexa. USA approves. So guys, this week was the consensus event that is hosted by CoinDesk, and during this event it looks like Flexa has announced its Pay with Flexa SDK, which is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the Pay with Flexa benefits and the partnerships and that golden advantage that Flexa has, that only Flexa has, that the USA government might actually approve of. Because what we're going to do in this video is we're going to take a global look, a macro look on how Flexa might affect the entire world's economics. We all know that China right now is aiming to undermine the SWIFT network and the US dollar with its Chinese central bank digital currency. But can Flexa actually be one of the kryptonites to the superpower that is called China? Maybe. Stick around to see how that plays out. And if you haven't already, then please be sure to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button before we jump into this video. Alright, you got that done? Now let's jump in. So Flexa has announced that it has expanded its digital currency acceptance offerings to include a suite of e-commerce plugins that allow merchants to accept digital currencies via their online retail channels instantly with guaranteed zero fraud. Basically, they're introducing a new Pay with Flexa button, which I imagine is like Amazon's one-click buy. And this will allow the spending of dozens of digital currencies that are currently supported by the Flexa network. Online transactions made with Flexa are authorized and guaranteed in less than a second. And Flexa has already been scaled to support more than 41,000 merchants across the USA. Now let's do a brief review of the Pay with Flexa benefits. The mechanism preserves the security and the privacy of digital currency payments by leveraging existing verification systems of the underlying blockchains. But it also joins that with Flexa's collateralization platform using the AMP tokens. Consumers get to spend their assets and merchants will get to receive the payouts in the currency of their choice. And this is done without the risk of delay of confirmation times. AMP is the middleman. It is the collateral that can make this all happen. And in other news, Flexa is also supporting digital payments at the fuel pump with its partnership with NCR, which we'll talk about later. And they're also supporting digital currency payments with restaurants and bars through their new relationship with Roam. Now, Roam is a contactless payment system that is integrated directly into existing POS systems without all the extra hardware. NCR is, well, I'm not sure what NCR does, because I looked at their website and it looks like they have a whole bunch of verticals, which is great. But more or less, I think they target around the customer experience and the hardware and software that are used at fuel pumps. But not only that, NCR is big. Like I said, they have a lot of verticals. They're in many different industries, such as computer systems, IT, financial services, banking, telecommunications, transportation, and etc. So those are all areas and industries that Flexa can get an in with. I mean, the whole idea of this is to let the customers spend their digital currencies quickly and easily, and in as many real-life settings as possible, wherever they want, in stores, online, at the pump, at restaurant or bars. Now, if you guys haven't checked out the Medium blog pages that Flexa has, then go ahead and check them out because they have some great news and updates here. For example, Flexa and CELO, their partnerships with Canopy, their partnerships with Citcon, their partnerships with Aurus. I mean, you can watch my videos because I'm going to be reading all these articles and dumbing it all down so you don't have to read it and it's going to be faster for you. But if you like to read, go check it out. So first, we're going to talk about the Aurus partnership. Now, Aurus is a unified payment platform, and they're intending to bring digital currency payments to retailers across the globe. And merchants connected to Aurus can opt in to seamlessly adopt multiple digital currencies that are supported on the Flexa network and accept them as payments, which includes cryptocurrencies like BTC, ETH, LTC, and Doge. Now, this partnership with Aurus is a really strong play with Flexa. Why? Because now they have access to a variety of merchants and different industries, which include specialty retail, department stores, health and beauty, grocery, automotive, and fine dining. And the huge benefit that merchants get while using Flexa is now they are guaranteed against fraud or loss from the time of authorization at no extra charge. And remember, Aurus is a global player. It has clients all around the world, which means that silently, Flexa is now not only gunning for the US, but they're leveraging other players to get at the entire globe. Aurus is an omni-commerce payment acceptance platform for retailers across the globe. Alright guys, just want to walk you through Walmart automation. This is something that is another passive income stream for me. I work with a trusted partner in order to do this. They do all the work and I just sit back and collect payments while providing the funds to fund inventory. You can see that the last payment that I got was $4,700 and the payments before that was $4,100. So they've been scaling it up. But on top of this, I've been using Amex to buy all the products from Amazon and Wayfair, things like that, and mark it up 25-30% and sell that to Walmart. And we've been seeing all these transactions. So every dollar on these transactions is 1.5% because of the card I'm using. You could also use cards to earn travel points and things like that, so you could travel for free while earning a profit. But not only that, I'm also doing these for write-offs. Because I own a business now, you can see that I started this in 2020. My federal refund is $18K. Compare that to 2019, which was $11K. The only difference there is because now I have a business, I could do more write-offs. So you could earn more money by sleeping, earn more points by sleeping, and you get a bigger and better write-off on your taxes. So if you want to learn more about this, then please feel free to DM me at support@coursehack.club. I'll be happy to explain more of this to you if you want to know more. Now, not only is the Aurus partnership a good deal, but they also partnered with Citcon. And Citcon is a payment gateway leader for online stores, in-stores, and mobile stores. And it is a solution for more than 6,000 prestigious brands globally. Now their customers can pay with digital currencies with no overhead at the lowest cost, and the merchants can receive US dollars or the digital currency of their choice. Citcon is also a global leader in mobile payments, and as we all know, mobile is climbing up in terms of sales. Even I do a lot of my Amazon purchases on Amazon Mobile. Their infrastructure enables billions of mobile wallets and alternative payments for consumers to shop with. And Citcon's clients include L'Oreal, Hermes, Nordstrom, Caesars Entertainment, MGM, Texas Instruments, to name a few. Now let's talk about the last partnership, the CELO Partnership. Now Flexa has enabled support for CELO, the CELO native asset, and the CELO dollar, CUSD, on the Flexa Network. CELO's native assets make CELO stable assets possible, and that CELO dollar is the stable asset that tracks the US dollar on the CELO blockchain, and this is going to make payments easier and more seamless for people around the world. Not only that, it'll also make it so that it will protect people from volatility from the crypto markets. And it is already being quickly adopted around the globe with more than 50 million CUSD in circulation. They also made a Valora app, which is a global mobile payments app that is built on the CELO blockchain and is one of the first apps to launch with Flexa's Spend SDK. That means it has the built-in Flexa spending support. And if you're a developer, Flexa developer grants are giving developers free AMP for building apps that are integrated with Flexa. And apparently the grants can be staked immediately, even before the release of the Spend SDK. Because when the apps are going to be used for payments, they want it to be at the place where everybody can profit from the transaction values that are generated from those apps. Alright, now let's talk about the golden advantage, which would include a little bit of conspiracy theories, because you know how much I love that stuff. But you know, the Flexa network is really all about just being able to accept whatever currencies the merchants wish. Now, we see hyperinflation in many different parts of the world, like Venezuela, for example, and it is a big problem when we have a country that can only spend and accept one currency. But what happens when citizens are able to now spend and receive other currencies of whatever they want to choose? If their own currency from their own country is going through hyperinflation, so what? We'll just accept another currency. I'll just accept or swap for a more stable currency, let's say US dollar, or let's say maybe Bitcoin. What that means is that reasonably, Flexa can offer something of kind of like a battleground for fiat currencies, because it'll allow merchants to just accept any currency. And here's where the US government comes in. The US will probably see this favorably because they want to keep the US dollar in the forefront. They want people from all around the world to still want and demand US dollar, even though we're printing like crazy, because that'll let Capitol Hill hold on to power. I mean, of course they would want this. China, on the other hand, may not like this very much, because what they're trying to do right now is they are trying to push their own CDBC, their own central bank digital currency, in order to undermine the US dollar and the SWIFT network, which is heavily influenced by the US. It is the SWIFT network and the power of the US dollar that gives the US the leverage that it has over other countries. It gives us the power to do sanctions. Chinese CDBC offers a way around that because it lets its allies, it lets China's allies use their central bank digital currency, so they don't need to count on the SWIFT network to do payments. So it's basically an alternative. But if Flexa comes along and say something like, okay, we don't really care about the Chinese CBDC or the US dollar or the SWIFT network. We just want you to spend whatever currency you want and receive whatever currency you want. That will sound like a pretty good deal to USA, because right now, the US dollar is still seen as the golden currency, the reserve currency that most people value. Not you and I. People that are studying cryptocurrencies and major economics and the quantitative easing that is happening, they know what's happening. They're also just weirdos that are listening to blasphemies and Asian YouTubers preach that the US dollar is going to... Honestly, guys, I think we should really be put into institutions, but when they put us into institutions, we'll be also bringing our Lamborghinis. All jokes aside, the US would probably still want people to keep on wanting and valuing US dollar, regardless of how much we're printing and devaluing the US dollar ourselves. Most people have no idea how economics works. Remember that. They're brainwashed. So Flexa, to some extent, would really help the US keep their population and the entire world in the matrix, where they are brainwashed and have no idea how the economics work, how quantitative easing works. They will just stay believing that US dollar is the best currency in the world, which is questionable. Alright, that's it. That's our talk about Pay with Flexa, the partnerships that Flexa has, and the golden advantage, and a little bit of my conspiracy theories. I don't know if you guys like that, but I enjoy talking about them. But anyways, if you got any value from this video, then please be sure to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, check out these other videos on cryptocurrencies and passive income, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.